Okay, I have to own up to this, even though nobody probably cares. But I just realized that I did not post a video on Sunday. Now, on this channel, I post a video every Sunday and Wednesday. I post shorts every day. And I have been doing this. Well, I started vlogging in May or June of last year every day. And then from that, I gained momentum and I started doing shorts every day. And then I did the 2 days a week. And then went to Sunday and Wednesdays were better for me. And that helped me be consistent because I like to stick by my word, do what I say I'm going to do. And, it's helped me. I haven't missed a day. I think I missed one short, but I ended up just doubling up the next day. I think it just because I was past like midnight or something. So I don't count that. The thing is, that's all me. I'm my own competition. I like nobody else is putting that on me but me. And that's what we do in life a lot. We put stuff on ourselves because we think that it's what others want. We try and make others feel better. And we try to fit into societal norms and whatever you're supposed to do, as an adult. And, you talk to older people and you realize that they don't have it all figured out either. We're never going to know it all. We're never going to have it all figured out. And we are just experiencing this life and we learn as we go and we make the adjustments. Now, maybe those days don't work for me now. I also got laid off. And so I was able to be more consistent with the long form videos like this. The shorts were fine because I could just do that on the go, which I could do these on the go. Like today is unscripted. I like to batch them a lot of times because it helps me, but I haven't been able to do that. I am in a different location now and it just changes things. So being on the go, it helps when I do batch it, but when I don't, then I have to do this in the moment. And I try not to do a lot of editing because it takes time. And again, to be consistent, no excuses. I just have to put it out there, looking however I look and with whatever it is that needs to come out at the time. And so if you watch some of my other videos, or if you're new here, subscribe. But if you've watched my other videos, like sometimes I'm sitting down, I talk about a topic, whatever the topic is, usually, especially right now, it's about nervous system regulation. It's about choosing a new identity and how to fully embody that. It's about going through the transition from where you are to where you want to be, this new version of yourself and how to get there. And then soon we're going to come up onto habits, how to implement new habits and how to be consistent with those habits. But before we can get to that, because a lot of times we've done it in the past, we've tried to lose the weight, we've tried to save the money, we've tried to just implement these new habits, cut out whatever it is, smoking, drinking, whatever the thing is for you. We've tried it, but it hasn't stuck. And we're doing it a little bit different now. We're doing it with a regulated nervous system so that we're not reacting. We can respond better. We are then regulating our electrical field that we exude and then that we also feel inside. And that's our capacity. We're increasing our capacity, the space that we can hold things in. Because if we don't have space, then we cannot hold anything extra. We're just going to keep falling, feeling like it's too much, being weighed down. And so we need to increase the space. And that takes some inner work of clearing things out, of doing a life audit and doing that nervous system regulation so we can increase our energy, like physical energy and also like mental energy and just that internal enthusiasm of life again. Because when we feel depressed or when we don't feel energetic, we don't want to do anything. We can't do anything. And if we do, then that's when it leads to burnout and stress, and we start to spiral and crash out and things like that. And so to prevent that, because those times will come where life will be hard, where there will be situations where you're going to want to react in those old ways, but we've built capacity to where we can handle more. And we've also built new habits of how to respond when these things happen. And we don't need to react in those ways anymore because now we have the capacity so we can hold it better. And then we can decide if we want to hold it or not. But we don't need to immediately reject it, immediately fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, any of those self-defense mechanisms. We can decide. And again, this is putting your body in a safe state so that your mind doesn't have to trigger those self-defense mechanisms. It can say, hey, I feel safe because I know how to handle this situation. I have the capacity to do this. I've taught myself and shown myself that I can do this, so I trust myself now. And then from that state, now that we can embody a state of being, which is the energy you hold inside, it's that vibration you hold inside, which you want a higher vibration. And this is not like woo-woo. I mean, we can go there, but this is just about holding higher thoughts, which would be thoughts of gratitude, of abundance, of appreciation, joy, love, peace, happiness. These are things that you want to train yourself, because you have to, especially because we have like 64,000 plus thoughts a day, and so much input coming in as well. And a lot of it's negative. Majority of it's negative. So we have to train ourselves to see the positive. We have to train ourselves to say the positive, to think the positive. This is an active practice, and you have to practice it. It's not just going to happen to you. If I wanted to become a marathon runner, which I wouldn't want to do that, I'm not a fan of running like that, I would have to practice running. And then I'm probably going to get injured at some point, at least a basic like shin splints or something like that. And then I have to work through that. And then I have to want to get up and keep doing it again. I'm not just going to become some marathon runner. Nobody just becomes that. They practice it. You have to practice these things. It's not just going to happen to you. And that's, I think, an issue with a lot of people nowadays, especially with everything that's happening in the government, which, look, it's a lot going on, but my awakening and things happened back in like 2012, and I was into conspiracy theories back then, and nothing has changed. I was just like, oh, yeah, I knew it. Like, this has been going on, which is why I started living my life the way that I did. Traveling, going into van life, RV life, living life differently than what's expected. Because why? Why go work in a cubicle? Why go do these regular things? We're not going to have Social Security at my age and my generation as a millennial. When I graduated from college, it was the recession. Like, it was like 65% of people who graduated couldn't even find jobs. And if you could, it wasn't in the field that you went to school in. Now you have all the student loan debt, and it didn't matter like what you went to school for. So, that's why I'm not like shocked and surprised about everything that's going on right now. I've already done the anger and the grieving and the trying to figure out what I can do and what's within my power, which is why I share this stuff right now. This is important to me, and there's a reason why. This is why I live the way I live, and I can't go back, because once your eyes are opened, you can't go back. You're going to see these things. You're going to notice these things, but you cannot get caught up in it. And so seeing all that, I just live my life differently. And I'm just saying that because of everything that's going on right now with these files that have been released, even more keep coming out, and just everything that's going on. People have been taught that you do what you're told, and this is what you should want, and this is the way to get it. But this has all been a contract. It's been a system set up for us that we call it the Matrix. You can call it whatever you want to call it. The thing is, it's no longer working, and things are changing, and they have been changing. And it's either we let others dictate what that's going to look like, or we collectively make decisions on what we want it to look like. Because they've already been making decisions on what it's going to look like. They've been manipulating and controlling and moving things into place to make it go in a certain direction. Because no matter what, change is going to happen. There has to be chaos before there can be order. That's just the cycle that happens. Things break down to build back up. Okay, we are in a massive cycle right now. Especially today. Yesterday was the Lunar New Year. Also the start of Ramadan. Also Ash Wednesday is today. There's so many things. I think it's a new moon. And this is the start of what I would classify as the new year. The going into it. For me, I still wait till about March 20th for spring, because that's the new. That's when things emerge. So I'm going off the cycles and the seasons that are in nature, that are natural, and that happens. I don't have to go off a man-made construct. I mean, I still, go celebrate with people and whatever else. I'm not saying I don't do those things, but for me, that when my practice and my daily life, I situate my goals and my plans around the natural cycles, which is why right now it's like the new year. So I just finished a fast. I'm breaking it, and I'm still going to be refraining from certain things for a period of time. And that is how I want to set up my new year, is going into it in this way. You could say it's planting seeds, it's making a sacrifice, it's devoting, intent towards things. And then by spring, I will have these new habits and this intent that I've set in stone because I've been working through it and giving my time to work through it. And then I'm able to fully embody certain things and fully step into what it is that I'm going to be doing, etc. And I'm saying all that to say that you don't have to do what they tell you to do. We don't have to live the way they tell us to live. Yes, we need money, we need structure, we need warmth, we need food. There are multiple ways to get these things. There are multiple ways to do things. And I just feel like we limit ourselves. And if we're basing it off of what someone else says, and then we find out that that person is not who they say they are, or that they're evil or manipulative or whatever it is, you feel some type of way. And you have to deal with those emotions. And you have to be aware and also call it out, and also do what you can within your power to change the situation, because they should no longer hold the power. They should no longer be in that position, no matter what. The thing is figuring out new leadership and all of this and the new systems and things, because with billions of people in the world, you have to have systems and organization and some sort of control or order, if you will. But either way, the old is done. The new is here. It is who you want to be as you move forward into the new. Now, this is the year of the horse. We just left the year of the snake, which was a lot of shedding, a lot of releasing. It was really identifying what you want to bring with you and what you don't, and looking at it and looking in the mirror. I'm not just talking about outside of you, also inside. And then this year, the year of the fire horse, which means we're going. It's fiery energy. It's moving forward fast. There is momentum here. So you can use that to your advantage. But also preparing yourself, again, before we really hit into the spring, you still have a little bit of time to prepare, to clear out the old, to clear out the closet, to clean your home, to prepare yourself what kind of foods you want to eat, start to incorporate them and get rid of the old ones. What are, I got me a capsule maker, and I am making different types of capsules. What are the supplements and the herbs that you're going to be taking? You can start to buy them in bulk, because we don't know what's going to be going on either. And also, you can't always trust what you're buying online, because people say whatever. And who's regulating these things? Depending on your time, where you're at, your money, that changes things. Do what you can with what you have. You don't have to do everything right now either. Don't overload yourself. Just start small. That's okay. I mean, it's taken me years and years. I'm talking like at least almost 2 decades at this point. Let's see. Well, yeah, I would say almost 2 decades, but we can say about 13, 14 years solid, focused on my health and well-being and getting out of the system and deciding what that looks like for me and what I want to do. It's taken a while to get to this point. It's taken a lot of research, a lot of practice, a lot of life's ups and downs, because sometimes through that period of time, it's not always learning and doing these things correctly and all that. There's been times where I'm just eating junk food and I'm not doing anything, and I'm going out partying and drinking and doing all the things, whatever, consuming the cannabis, whatever it is. Doing the things, living life. There has been times of that. But then there's also been the times of where clearing that out. None of that is allowed. I decide and say no. And then I move forward in that. And what does that look like for me? And so it's life. You have ups and downs. And I mean, thank God I never had a serious addiction, I guess. I don't really have that personality, I don't think. I mean, I've been able to just not. I've been able to like quit cold turkey on things and just start doing new things or healthier things or whatever. Um, but it's also been more of an internal thing for me too, of like the reason why is more important and more valuable, and it tastes better to me than the things that I was doing. I didn't like waking up hungover or feeling nasty, especially when you get older. It's not the same. But some people who do it consistently, there's no big effect to them. But I don't. I don't even take medications. Okay, I don't trust these people, and so I don't take medications. And so even if I were to do those things, it's not like I would be able to take something to make me feel better in the moment. What I take takes a bit to work, and so, but I give it that time and I allow that, and that's just the way I live my life. I'm not saying you have to. That's just how I do it. And so I would just clear out these things out of my system and incorporate the new stuff, because we can't do the new if we're still having the old stuff. You can't just pile new on top of the old. You have to clear the old out. You have to do like a detox, a cleanse, something that's safe for your medications and your lifestyle, your job, whatever it is that you're doing right now. But you have to clear the old out. And you have to figure that out. You got to start eating more whole foods, vegetables, juicing some. But either way, there needs to be a cleanse at some point, and then we incorporate the new. Usually, your gut has been affected, and so you need to rebuild your gut. So start looking into some gut health things. How do I rebuild that good gut bacteria? That affects a lot of things in your body. With women, we have a lot of like PCOS and things like that. So we need to look into how to heal the womb and what are some things that we can do. Herbs has been a thing since forever. Okay, look into different herbs. Don't just take any kind of tea. Find ones that work for what you are trying to do. And then you slowly do that. We slowly incorporate that. And so if you stuck around through this video to this point, because at this point, I'm just talking off the top of my head. Like I said, I've missed my video on Sunday, and so I'm doing this. I could have dwelled on all the negative in my life, but I could also think about what I have done, what I have been consistent with, where I am right now, what I am working on. It may not be completed at this moment, but I am doing the work. So I'm deciding to talk about what we can do instead, not all the things that I didn't do and all the things, which I'll get there in a second, probably, if I can remember. But what? See, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah. So working on what we can do. I'm going to be doing my capsules. Like I said, I've been doing like my fasting. I'm going to be incorporating some supplements and working out again. I've talked about this, my job. So I had gotten laid off. I've been unemployed, but transitioning into getting a job again. It's changing my schedule, which is why I've even was talking about these videos, because I may have to change the video schedule. It helped me when I was unemployed. One, to finish my book. I wrote my book. It's over there. I don't think I have a copy next to me, but I wrote my book, The Way of the Seeker. Actually, I'm going to grab it for you if you're sticking around with me. And so this is my book, The Way of the Seeker. I'm selling the paperback versions on my website, bornvital.com. It'll be in the description box. And this is about going on the journey, the inner journey, the path, when you feel that call, that pull to ask questions, to figure out what's next. If you know that the system isn't set up for you and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with all of this, this takes you on the journey of that inner work, that self-discovery. It's a path that you walk on, and it's only for you. Okay, this is a personal journey, and this takes you on that journey. And you can open it up to any of the chapters to where you feel like you're at. And there are practices in there that you can do, daily practices that you can do, and some tips on how to regulate your nervous system, how to release some of that old. But I just finished this book. I was only able to really complete this within the time that I did because I was unemployed. Being consistent with these videos, it just helped with that. And so I'm just going to have to adjust my schedule. But my next project that I've been working on, if you stuck around this long, this is what I want to tell you, is going to be a 90-day reset method. And this 90-day method is going to help you identify your goals that you want, this life, this new version of yourself. And we're going to focus in on what we can change right now. And we are going to set in stone a new habit each month, and we are going to be consistent with that. So this 90-day plan is going to help you be consistent with that. And I have some other things coming right after that. I have stuff lined up because I unknowingly been waiting on this time right now, or the timing has been right. I've had these things in the back burner, in my back pocket for years now, and I don't know. It's just time for me to put it out right now. For some reason, it's coming out. I know more of the reason, but it's just time for a lot of it to be released, and it's not going to be perfect. I am actually making edits. I reread this book about 2 weeks ago, and there's some things that I me personally want to adjust in it to make it up to par and up to standards. But I'm going to do that as well, do those updates, and then you're going to see this 90-day method be released. I'm excited about that. And then the next thing that's coming out right after that has been one thing that I've been working on for so long, and it kind of brings everything together. And so it's not just about this content. It's not about just being consistent with putting the videos out and social media and whatever else. This is about something bigger. And I make these things as resources to help those who want change and who are ready for it. And this book is like a stepping stone. So if you feel the call, if you are seeking, you're asking questions, you want to know what's next, why you feel the way you feel, what's happening with where you're at right now, because you've been trying to make the change, you've been doing the things, but for some reason you feel stuck, you feel lost, foggy-minded, you want some clarity, this will help you with that. Trust me, I've gotten a lot of great feedback from it so far. And I did pre-orders to start, so I'm just getting back feedback from that. They're finishing up the book now, and then I'm going to be pushing it a little bit more, but it's not my main focus. I'm not doing this to make money off of it. I'm sharing this information because I know it can help. And those who want the help, I want you to have the resources. Now, when I was going through these things, I saw a lot of, honestly, white men. I saw a lot of white men and men in general in this field, in personal development, in self-help, in psychology. And I mean, you could just say in science and a lot of things in general. I mean, we're in the patriarchy, right? So I saw that, and one, I didn't see myself. I mean, the things did help me for the time. Certain things did help me. I do want to definitely speak on like the fact that Awaken the Giant was a big book that helped me release some of what was inside of me, by Tony Robbins. And then Greatness is Within You by Dr. Eric Thomas. Those are some influential people that I've watched over the years. The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Definitely listen to that at least once in your life. At least once a year would be ideal. And so there's been different people who have had impact on me, because I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't read these things, if I didn't have certain influence in my life. But I also just kept seeking, kept asking questions. So don't stop asking the questions. Don't get stuck. Okay? There are answers for you. There are others who have been through the things that you've been through. But we now have the internet now, so more people can share, which is great. I'm seeing more representation and things, but there was still no one that looked like me, spoke like me, and that had what I was really looking for. Because I am not innately, I'm not trying to like lose sleep every day and hustle, which again, for women, it's different. We have every month, there's a period of around a week to where we are at a loss of blood. Our hormones go haywire. We don't have the energy. There's so much that goes on in our body every month for majority of our life. We cannot do what the men do to that extent, constantly, all the time, and be on go like that. And you can, but you're going to be burned out. And eventually, you're going to be depleted with certain nutrients in your body, certain minerals, energy in general. Your mental health is going to be shot. Your spiritual health is going to be shot. Your physical is going to be non-existent. You're going to be covering it up with makeup and all kind of things. and it's not healthy and it's not sustainable. And so we, in my opinion, have to approach things a little bit differently. We have to give ourselves permission to rest. We have to then nurture ourselves better. And I'm not talking about Western medicine and pharmaceuticals. These are temporary fixes. I'm talking about actual nourishment for your body and being consistent with what your body needs, because we're all different. So I can't say a generalized thing of what somebody needs because we're all different. But you need to figure that out. That's self-discovery. That's learning yourself and pouring into yourself and giving yourself the time to do that. Because once you do equip yourself with these things, you can then go and hustle and do the things and show up fully and show up more than what you are right now. And it be more sustainable. Be there for your kids and your family. Be there for your business, whatever it is, for yourself. But if you're not physically in a position to do that, it holds you back from so much. Sickness and mental health holds people back. It makes people lose jobs. It creates more of a spiral because now it's a trickle effect on what else it affects in your life. You can't show up fully. You're irritated and irritable. You don't have the energy, so you're frustrated with yourself and then you take it out on others. You're suppressing those emotions because you have to just show up, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Not complain, blah, blah, blah. So we need to approach it a little bit differently. And I am creating these resources and tools to help with that as well. Like I said, this book is more of a starter for those who are asking questions, who are seeking clarity, who feel stuck. The 90-day method that I'm going to release next month is to set those habits in place, those new habits in place, this new version of yourself in place, so you can be consistent and show up daily and focus on those little areas like, okay, my health. I don't want to just lose weight. That's a blanket term. And we need to get more specific. And if I've been trying this, why can't I lose the weight? I'm going to start asking questions in that area. I'm going to start trying different things in that area. And that's it. I'm not focusing on also makeup and also clothes and also this and also that. For this next 90 days, I'm going to figure out what is going on. And I'm going to start trying things. And I'm going to be intentional about that. That is this method that I'm going to be releasing next month. And then after that, the next thing that I have is going to help at the next level of things, to help you be even more consistent, to help you in your day-to-day life. Especially if you don't feel like you have the time right now or the energy to even do any of this stuff. But it is what we prioritize as well. And do you want it bad enough? That goes back to me changing my habits with those old things. I wanted it more than I wanted that other stuff. It didn't, like in the moment, yeah, I felt good using some of the things and doing whatever, but staying out late at night and waking up the next morning. I can't wake up early. I can't get up and hustle or get up and do my regular routine and get ahead and get these things done as fast as I want to get them done in the time frame that I have during the time of the month that I'm not feeling drained and all this other stuff, if I'm doing those things. And I nurture and nourish myself during the period of the month where I need more of that. And so I figured out my rhythm and my schedule for that. That's my system. And I figured that out. I love planners and things. It's like this. I look at it every day, multiple times a day. I also journal. I haven't been journaling every day, but I do journal multiple times a week, especially when I feel like I need to release some things. And you know, before this fast and everything I'm doing right now, I was just eating whatever was available. A lot of times that's what we do, whatever's convenient, whatever's there. Sometimes we don't even eat, which is, I'm gonna need y'all to get that together. Make it a priority. Your health affects so many areas of your life. And then you wonder why you're foggy minded, wonder why you don't have energy, wonder why your emotions are all over the place. You're not eating. You're not getting nutrients. Do you know what calories are? Now, y'all about to make me go on a tangent here. I am a certified nutrition coach, okay? Do you know what calories are? They are a measurement of energy. They're a unit of energy, literally. So we look at calories as some number, and the foods calculate to a number, and I input this number, I need to take away this number to lose weight. It is a unit of energy. You don't need to look at calories as a bad thing. What's in the food, not the calories. What are the vitamins, the nutrients, the minerals that are in the food? Macro and micro. Macro would be carbs, proteins, okay, fat. Micro would be the nutrients, which would be the minerals, the vitamins that you get from the food. If you are not eating foods that have that, then you're now deficient in those things. And you need those vitamins for hormone balance. You need those vitamins for the chemical reactions that happen in your body that then affect your mind and your emotions, because you interpret what's happening in your body as certain emotions and things. Well, I'm feeling this way. Why do I feel this way? I don't know. Well, I didn't do that and I didn't do this. Talking about actual physical productivity things. When the fact is, you need to eat better food. You actually need to eat. You need to make it a priority. Put the phone down. Make food the priority. Figure out what foods are higher in the content of the vitamins and minerals that you need in your body. Go get some lab work done. Now, again, I'm going off on a tangent. This video is probably longer than, I don't even know how long it is right now. So I'm going to wrap this up. I feel like I've probably missed some things. Oh yeah, the negative side of things that I didn't want to talk about. Well, like I said, I missed the Sunday. That makes me feel some type of way because I've been doing so good. So for myself, I need to do better, or I want to do better in that area. And so I'm going to be batch recording again. Again, I'm on the move. So I just figure out my new schedule, and sometimes it's just gonna be videos like this of me just talking off the top of my head about whatever it is in the moment. I didn't even catch all up on the whole process of me putting this book out and how it iced and snowed, and where I was at, it was straight ice, and so the mailman wouldn't bring the books, and so I almost couldn't ship them out to the day I said I was gonna be shipping them out. That's when they finally came, because I had to shovel the ice and chunks of ice, throw the ice. And finally the mailman came, or woman, and I got the books, and it was at the last minute I was able to take them and ship them out, and then just all kind of stuff. There was Valentine's Day. I went to see the Monks. As you can see my shirt, I got to go see the Monks. That was a pretty cool experience, and what they were doing, the Walk of Peace, is amazing, and I love it. And that's a good example of mindfulness and what I talk about here on this channel. Okay, they're talking about it. And that's what they're doing. Peace, love, and kindness. But it comes from within. Listen to what they're saying. It comes from within. He was giving you keys to unlock how to find peace. And a lot of us are seeking it outside of ourselves. But what are you doing for yourself? Because nobody else is going to do it for you. You can want it. You may need it. But if nobody else is going to do it. They may help you with finances, or they may help you with certain physical things, but they cannot help you with that internal thing. They cannot make you feel better. The pills and things, yeah, they can make you feel better. If that's what you want to do and that's what you need to do what you need to do. But you also need to do the work yourself, that inner work. That's for you to do. That's your journey here in life, is to go on that inner path, to walk it, to experience it and fully be there, and find out who you are inside, and allow that person, that version of yourself, to come out and to shine, to fully embrace them, and to be that in this world, because we need that right now. Okay, we don't need replications and copies of other people. We need you being who you are. And it's hard, and it can be lonely. Again, I talk about it in the book, bornvital.com. Check it out. The Way of the Seeker. But again, the tools that I'm going to be releasing will help you as well on the journey. And then you just start to find community with where you're at. Look locally, what's local that you can start going to, some meetups and things like that. There's also online communities. Okay, you need to get out the house. Even if you don't want to talk to people, get out in nature and walk. It's starting to get warmer out. I'm going to be cutting this fireplace off here soon. And I'm happy about this. And the warmth is just going to just melt all the things, and I'm excited about it. The new life will emerge, and it will be beautiful. and some good things are coming. So, yeah, don't forget to imagine what could happen in the best case scenario. It's so easy to imagine what could go wrong. Okay, again, I'm going off real quick. Am I gaining weight? I don't know. My pants are shrinking? Maybe. Maybe it's both. I don't know. Either way, my pants aren't fitting. I'm missing the videos. I just feel scattered. I was working on the 90-day method all day yesterday and I almost had it completed, and then come to find out the formatting was not correct and I have to go redo it all. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing after this video because I'm so close. I'm just going to knock it out because, again, no time to waste getting these things done. And also, there's no time to dwell on the bad or the past anymore. Release it. 1, 2, 3, release. Okay? Release it. Let it go. You're the only one holding yourself back and holding on to those things. You can choose to let it go. What is the new story that you will write going into this new year? Start today. Let go of the old, physically and internally, and write your new story. You get to choose. Yes, there are outside influences, but you still get to choose what you do and how you show up in this world. So, as we close this, I'm trying to think anything else. I just don't feel the best, physically, as far as image wise, I guess you would say. Like I said, my clothes not fitting and things like that. It's not a huge deal to me, but I do need to get some new clothes, and I'm also going to be working out soon, but being a woman, I am letting things process as they should, as well as I was fasting, and I'm going to start taking other supplements and things like that, rebuilding my gut health and eating more nutrient-dense food. And so I am focused more on that and getting that set in stone. So until I get that straight, I'm not going to be doing full-on workouts. I will be walking. It's getting warmer out. I can go outside and walk now, and I'm so excited. And you will see more videos of me outside walking again. And so that's more my physical thing. I've been stretching. So those are small steps on the physical side of actual movement that I've been doing to prepare me before I start working out. And I'm using that mental power that I would use working out and keep pushing to focus on the nutrients and nutrition side of things for me right now. And so, like I said, just walking, stretching, but those are just things that I don't really have to think about. I just get up, do it. Okay, I need to do some movement today. Let me go do one of those things. And then everything else is getting my projects done and working on my nutrition and preparing for this job, getting a source of income coming in again. And that's what's going on with me. I hope y'all are doing well out there. Again, I can complain about things of my shirt's kind of shredded. Anyway, I can complain about things like finances or my car or anything like that. Just all the things. But what does it really do? It doesn't do anything. And they say that true emotions only last about 90 seconds. So anything after that, you're holding on to it. That's on you. You can release those emotions. They're actually not there anymore. You're just perpetuating those thoughts that have come up because you felt those emotions. And usually you're probably beating yourself up or you're talking about somebody else. So check yourself and start to make some better choices and talk to ourselves nicely and talk to others nicely and look for the good. It's so little, but it can make such a big impact. So if you do nothing else and you get nothing else from this video and you do nothing else for the rest of this year, for the rest of this week, whatever it is for you, talk to yourself nicer, talk to others nicer. You choose your words wisely. And also gratitude. These are simple things. It's free. Gratitude and appreciation. Start to find the little things in life that you can be grateful for. We can so easily find all of the negative things. Matter of fact, it just happens automatically. It's there. We see it. It's all around us. We can nitpick every little thing. Find the good in things. Find the silver lining, as they say. Choose optimism. These are very simple, small things to do. You need to practice it. It doesn't happen automatically. You're going to have to practice saying, I am grateful, saying thank you. Just say it. Right now, we can say it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I am grateful for the trees, the leaves, the birds, the bees, the air, the sky, the sun. I am grateful for all of that. And I'm grateful for you watching this video. I'm grateful to even be able to record this video right now. And thank you to all of those who stuck around this long. I've kind of been back and forth, but that's kind of conversation with me is usually I can wrap it back around, but it may go off on some little side streets and whatnot before we get back onto the main topic. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me. I am truly grateful to have this time with you. And until next time, continue to shine on.